What's up, guys? It is your Lord and Savior and protector of the innocent Enigma Hood. So there's this guy named Mark Cuban, and despite his name, he is not actually Cuban. He is a white guy, but he does own an NBA basketball team. I never heard of this guy before, but apparently he has been making some controversial remarks regarding African Americans and race in general in America. And of course, when you combine the NBA and African Americans, you're going to have trouble. So, what did he say that was so controversial? Well, this goes back to the Donald Sterling thing, and he is he's one of the guys that's going to vote whether or not the NBA should kick him out or whatever. I have no idea. I don't know how you could kick someone out of the NBA when they own a team. I guess they're gonna do whatever powers they have to coerce Donald Sterling into selling his team, and he's one of the guys that's involved in this. And he made some remarks that some people have been saying, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" He said that if he's walking down the street and he sees a black guy with a hoodie on, he's gonna cross the street. But he also said, in order to mitigate the racism of that previous remark, he said, well, if I see a black guy coming down on the street, I'm going to cross the street. But if I see a white guy, and he's, has tattoos, and he's a skinhead, and he's obviously racist against black people, I'm also going to cross the street. Because we all know that neo-Nazis love to kill white people. But that aside, he made some controversial remarks, because he says he's going to cross the street if he sees black people. I don't know what a billionaire guy that owns an NBA basketball team is doing walking down the street at night. I have wouldn't he be in a limo, or wouldn't he be in his billion-dollar apartment with hookers? But no, for some bizarre reason, he has imagined a scenario where he is walking down the street all by himself without his posse, which probably is like 99% black people anyway. And he is envisioning two scenarios where there is a black kid, wearing a hoodie, and a neo-Nazi. And he said, well, in both scenarios, I'm going to cross the street. Is this racist? Well, I'll chalk it up to this guy's a fucking idiot who doesn't know how to properly word things correctly. Because he made another remark. And the other remark that he made was that everyone is a bigot. Now, you probably heard this before. Everyone is a racist. Everyone is a bigot. Hell, I've had black people say that to me. I've had Indian people say that. They said, look, everyone is a bigot. What do you want from me? That justifies my own bigotry and racism. Therefore, since I am asserting that everyone else is a bigot, therefore the bigotry that I possess is mitigated, and therefore justified. Hey, you black motherfuckers! I can say that now. No, you can't. Here's the thing. Bigotry and racism are subsets of larger groups, like discrimination, which in turn is a subset of tribalism. Now, I don't think everyone is a bigot, because then you would have to prove discrimination. Bigotry is a form of discrimination, and racism is a subset of bigotry. So, the more precise category you're actually invoking, the less likely you're going to be able to proclaim that everyone possesses this horrible, despicable trait that you want to use as justification for your own bigotry. I won't say that everyone is a bigot. I do think, however, that everyone is tribalistic. And my evidence is very simple. It's actually quite easy to prove tribalism. All you gotta do is ask someone, would you support using our tax dollars to fund healthcare and benefits for illegal immigrants? If they say no, then you have just proven it. Now, maybe there might be some Americans that actually are in favor of using tax dollars to pay for healthcare and benefits for illegal immigrants. Michael Moore, he's a good man. He's a Christian, but he's still a good man. There are many Christians that are good men. I disagree with them on the religious thing, but they are moral, and I'll always support them on those merits. However, there is always a line. You're always going to see a point where they are going to place their tribe and the priorities of that tribe, the well-being of that tribe above others. And these other tribes are going to be treated with alienation, distrust, and discrimination, possibly. But no matter what, tribalism is favoring your own tribe above others. And then you can go into subsets of tribes, like United States of America is a tribe, and then you have the states, which are subsets of that tribe. And then you can, it's like a pyramid, right? And at the top is your family. And then the priorities are descended from that. So you're going to prioritize your family before you prioritize your township, for example, or your state, or your country. So everyone, I will assert that everyone is tribalistic, and I have proof for that. Whereas this guy, Mark Cuban, who is not really Cuban, but is just some white guy who happens to be a billionaire, he is patently wrong, and I do think that he's trying to mitigate his own discrimination. You could make the argument that he's so stupid that he doesn't even realize that he is bigoted, and he's using an inane argument in order to justify his own bigotry. That's also possible. After all, he is using this utterly stupid analogy in order to prove his point about walking down the street. A fucking billionaire with money falling out of his pants is walking down the street at night, and he sees a black guy wearing a hoodie, and he's crossing the street. And what the fuck is going on in his mind? Black man, Negro American. I just spotted one, and he's wearing a hoodie covering his face. I cannot identify what his face looks like because he's wearing a hood. It's covering part of his face. I better cross the street. It's going to increase my probability of living at least one more day in this world. Negro Americans. The only thing worse than Negro Americans is white guys with tattoos because they resemble neo-Nazis that kill black people and Hispanic people, but not white people like me. But for some reason, I'm afraid of them. Yeah, gotta cross the street because that's gonna increase my chances of surviving. Anyway, post in the comment section what you think. This is Enigma Hood signing off.